Right, well, here we are back again for another action figure powwow. My name's Jay, as always, and I'm joined by a new classified collector.
We've got camouflage.
He's fighting it, but he is a collector. He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. Paul Shearman is here.
Hello, my drug dealing buyer figure. The first one is free, and the second's a great hit.
It is a bit like
my
that,
partner in. Oh, it's totally like that. It's totally like that. We will explain what we're talking about. But it's totally like that. We can sit and showing off my Joes, which is just that camera, actually, probably.
Yeah, I can see the bottom of, was that a Snake Eyes there?
Snake Eyes, Zartan next to him, yeah. Because someone got me a Zartan very kindly, which I'm extremely grateful for, because it's
what strange things happen.
Fantastic. And then I immediately, this is where the luring in and come into my den, look at my spices, look at my wares in my cave. Got me in with.
Well, it thinking, looks like they're
still. Get another one.
Looks like they're still in their boxes.
Ah, well. They are, however, they have been well used already. Well used, right. Well posed.
Right.
We will discuss. But the beauty of these is, I'm going to very quickly say, best boxes ever.
They're great, aren't they?
Way better than Marvel Legends boxes. A million times better than Marvel Legends boxes. It was literally sellotape open, slide it out, there's the figure. The plastic, that's all back in, so I can store everything at the minute. I can keep it in the box and keep it looking fantastic.
Yeah,
I've done a little video on my, which I'm not put up yet. I won't put up for another week or so on my other channel about talking about the G.I. Joe comics when they were Marvel, because it's a good excuse to crowbar G.I. Joe into a Marvel show. So yeah, we'll talk more. We got a lot of Joe to talk about, haven't we?
We certainly do. I think this is going to be a slightly Joe-heavy show this week.
I can live with that.
Hey, sorry, I'm just going to interrupt here. We are still recording, right? Yeah, is it Shane's recording at your end?
Yes. Yeah, of course we're going. Yeah.
Okay, I just had a notification come up saying something about Zoom apps, and I was like, what? And anyway, I'm going to leave this in. So I'm not cutting this.
We are that professional. We are checking all the time that you lot get the full video experience.
That's exactly it. But yeah, it's two guys talking about toys, talking with you guys about toys. Hopefully, eventually, you guys will start, getting involved in the conversation. You're welcome to say hi in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Love to hear what you like about our conversations and that kind of stuff. But while we've got you here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and that little bell there, hit that as well, so that you get notified whenever we're going to talk about toys. We've had a little bit of a hiatus of an extra week, wasn't it? A week late. Because somebody had to be born on the day that we were meant to.
What an idiot!
Right?
What an idiot!
And so
I hate that guy.
I'm going to go away with my family. So, okay, whatever. By the way, can I just say, a-hole, right? You put the Tony Stark head on that Iron Man that I want.
Yeah, I was worried first of all when I was setting up. I was like, I don't want it too prominent. I didn't think it was, because not that anyone cares about this, but we've just switched around the platform we're using to record. And on the original platform, when we were talking earlier, it wasn't in shot.
Yeah,
and
you can see it properly.
Exactly. And I was like, that's great, because I'm going to annoy you later on and whiz that into the screen. But no, I didn't have to. My work is done. You've seen it already.
Well, I have been sitting here going, I need to order that Stealth Iron Man.
That's been on the Silver Centurion figure for quite a while, but
big head.
Just for you, I put it on the AI Iron Man.
It looks great on there, right?
It's amazing.
By the way, speaking of that costume of Iron Man, so not the AI one, but that look for Iron Man, did you see the Mafex one that they've got coming?
God.
I mean, in truth, it doesn't look that different from this. It's got the proton cannon with it, and you can see his eyes behind the mask.
Yes,
and that's yellow on him. On
yes,
but other than that, I don't think the price difference. I don't think it's worth.
That's what I was going to say. there's some subtle differences which I like. As you can see, a little bit more detail goes into some of them, but it does not justify the price. The difference between them, you know, the difference between those, some of the Spider-Man ones out there are good, they're really cool, and they've got the hands that we're after, you know, the wall crawling hand. But for the price difference, it's not justified. It's not justified.
No, it's a lot of money for. I mean, it'll be a great figure. It will be. But,
oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that cannon is sweet.
Yeah.
But it's not worth the money for that. It's definitely not.
Right. Well, speaking of Marvel-related stuff, do you want to give us a little update on the Haslabs Galactus?
Yeah, it is 13,504. So there is 496 more backers required by Monday. We're recording on the Tuesday now, 24th, so 6 days. So we need 50 backers a day to get us over the line.
What do you reckon?
I think my initial prediction when they first launched it was they would do it. I didn't for a second think it would be this tight, but I thought they'd do it. I sort of did a rough mean, you know, like some boring mathematics stuff of, okay, well, it's like 32 days until it ends, and it's 14,000 needed, so it's 300 a day, blah blah blah, work it out, got it down to 400 a day, sorry. But I think they're going to sneak over the line, but there is not a chance in hell they're going to make the 16,000 to get the Nova.
You don't think so?
Don't get near it, because I can't see what else they're going to push now. The only thing they can push now is the next tier after that, which is the Surfer. But everyone knows it's a Surfer already. They pretty much said it. You know, Dwight was talking. They've shown you the outline of it in the you know the promotional collateral.
Yeah.
So everyone knows you're getting a Surfer, and it's not really made any impact. They've only gone up 380 since this time a week ago. Because obviously I'm sad. I'm in checking it every day because I backed it and I want this thing to get made. So.
Oh yeah, of course you do. But no, I think that's not sad. I think anyone that's backed it, I mean, it's a lot of money, and you know, you want to get as much as you can for that money, right? You know, you want no stuff like that. So it's fair that you would keep checking it. And you know, if I'd been able to back it, I'd have been checking that. And oh, come on.
Yeah. I think they've got, in honesty, I think they'll reflect and they'll think they pushed it too much because they're just going to get away with it. They went from the what I do understand, the Sentinel was 9,000 required and 28,000 people backed Sentinel. But I've read I've watched a lot of videos and seen a lot online where people have actually, I don't know where they get the money from. People have bought 3 or 4. They have army.
I know. It's like, who are these millionaires?
I know. Right? And why aren't we friends with them? Why aren't they supporting this channel? Come on.
The Galactus one, there's a payment plan as well, isn't there? Am I right about that? Do you know what that is?
It's so you need to have some sort of Premiere exclusive account to it, and I think it's linked through American Express, so it's very hard to access.
Right.
And it's not been widely promoted because I think they want the money, which I understand, they want the money in now, because if it gets backed, if it reaches 14,000, they are taking the money on the 31st, so it's exactly a week today.
Right.
Even though it's not coming out till fall next year.
But if they did that payment plan, I reckon that they would get a lot more backers.
Definitely.
You know, it's like you got to give people the options.
Yeah.
Because
even if they offered it anyway, and they did 4 installments of $100.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would even consider it.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be like, okay, you know, I'd be like, I could do that. You know, I've got to be a bit good with other figures, although I've got those pre-orders coming. But but you know what I mean? It'll be the ones on a whim, like I did this month. There's a couple of, you know what? Yeah, I'll buy it. Why not? You know, those ones would have to stop.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I'll go, it's only 4 months. I'm like, okay, I can do that. You know, I can stop for 4 months.
Yeah.
Just do my, why not?
But even if they took it over 6 months, and every 6 weeks they took $100, then that gives them a clear 6 months before it goes into production to be distributed. So if there was any issues, if they were chasing people for debts, I mean, you know, you'd obviously have to set it. So if you defaulted on one payment, you're liable for the lot, or you kicked off the list.
Yeah.
So and having 6 months is enough time for them to chase that and get their finances on. I can't believe they're not going to make any money. 14,000 to me is not. They're not doing this to break even, are they? They're not charity. They're not doing it for the. Although they do it for the love of it. They're doing it for the money.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look, the guys that are making and designing the figures and that, you know, they are fans, and yeah, they do have, you know, they are into it and all that. But at the end of the day, Hasbro's here to make money. That's their number one goal.
Yeah.
Right? Same with any business. So yeah, it's a shame, because if there was that option, you know, I would probably consider it, because it'd be damn cool. And I'll tell you what, especially when I watched the video I showed you, was it today or yesterday?
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
I was like, oh man, because in that one, it really looked good, and it really showed the size of it.
That's the key.
Right?
I think when Dwight had it on the live stream, he was sort of like, you didn't see the entirety figure against him because of the way it posed on the screen. But that camera was set so far back on that video you sent us, so far back that I was thinking that's half that bloke's size. That's a kid.
It was huge, right? And
it's amazing.
Like, oh. And that was when I was like, oh man, if they did a play, I'd do it.
Yeah,
I'd do it. I think I'd get a beating when it was all finished. You know? Because, but I'd be like, it's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah. Even if they did pay half now and half in January, I think they would have excelled 14,000 by now already, and I think you'd be getting that first tier.
I think you're right.
We'll see. I think it'll get back. Looking at the average now, I've sort of worked it out. It should come in the way it was climbing in the last few days. It should come in about 14,100. It's really just going to sneak in.
Right, well,
so we'll see.
Let's see. And in more Haslab news, they announced the Black Series Rancor monster. That looks cool.
It does look really
cool. We only saw one picture, but But
do you think that is a Haslab
the picture of the Rancor monster? Was it just a photo for the film? I can't remember.
That's the thing. It might have been, or altered in a way that you could go that figure.
Yeah. But anyway,
it's hard to say.
Rancor would be cool. I mean, if you look at it in Return of the Jedi, what it looks like against Luke. Right?
Yeah.
So 6-inch figure. This obviously on camera.
Yeah. I know what 6-inch figure is.
So you know the Rancor's going to be. Well, I guess it would be quite close to Galactus.
I would say.
Or
because you don't need to worry. It's
like
different universes. I say Sentinels. I would think you're looking at about 19, 20 inches.
Yeah.
Galactus is 32.
Yeah.
So I would think
it's
you're
probably
looking
about
20,
right?
20 certainly. Yeah, 20 certainly. I think.
And I think that would be a pretty cool, cool figure to have. I wonder if our good old chum Colin Coftry, happy birthday, Colin!
Happy birthday, you great big cardboard nerd.
I wonder if he'll be backing that. I have a feeling he will.
I think he would.
And I'm going to be very sad when they do a G.I. Joe one, and I'm like, it's like £500, and I'm not allowed to buy it.
I know. I wonder what, because I was surprised with I'm not surprised with the Rancor. If you consider like the Galactus and the Sentinel, the Rancor makes sense. But when you think the last Star Wars one was the Razor Crest, which was just unbelievable.
But that was for a smaller scale, right? This is for the 6
correct.
Inches,
this is for the 6-inch. So I wonder what type of thing you'd get for the Joes, because I don't think you'd get anything as small as a Sky Striker.
I think it would be something. I think I said to you, maybe like Terradrome. Or like a section of a pit, or maybe it would be like, you know, just a plane or a tank or something like that. Because those vehicles, you know, if you imagine you know, a hiss tank or something.
True.
Or maybe something bigger than that, but you know what I mean? Something that's
Yeah.
going to be so big that in the shops it's going to be like 150, 200 quid. Like they might do that. I don't know. It would probably be vehicles. I think that if you look at even like the Legends and stuff, when you get vehicles, you get a motorbike.
Right? Oh yeah.
And that's the same with the Joes. Like when you get a vehicle, you get. Well, we've just got one coming motorbike.
Yeah.
Was that a Ram?
You got Breaker, yeah.
And then you've got animals, like what you're going to get with Snake Eyes and Timber.
Yeah.
But the only other ones I could see them doing, like with the figures, because if you go to the Black Series that were doing it with the vehicles first, you had the speeder bike. So you got that, and then you got Luke's land speeder. So something of that size would work. So you'd probably get like a trouble bubble, or something like that would be quite cool. Or I can't remember what they're called. You know, the wing suit, the thing they put on the Cobras. They have the little glider. You know, the glider. You might get something like that. But I think if they
what's Cutter's hovercraft called? I forget what that was called. The whale.
Or they might do
the whale.
The water moccasin. Yeah. Or they might do a water moccasin Copperhead.
Yeah. Yes.
I really want Copperhead.
Yeah.
He's cool, but
that would be good. They might do a Arishikage dojo.
Well, exactly. It could be like a set, like something like that. But I don't know. I mean, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because there's so many vehicles. I mean, think about G.I. Joe and Cobra. You know, the battles are all in vehicles. You know,
brilliant.
Constantly. So I think it would be that. I think it'd just be some vehicles.
Yeah. I've just reread the entire Larry Hama run, 155 issues.
How did you reread 155 issues?
In the last, I'd say, 10 days.
How many do you read a day? I can't do maths.
Oh, I could sit there in the evening because my wife had fucking Love Island on, which is a pile of dog shite. So I sat there in the evening and it's all in the background. I go,
so I got, so I've got this because I haven't read them since I was a kid. So I got that. So that's the first 10 issues. And then you've obviously said to me about Comixology, which I considered, but I was really trying to find the second one. So this cost me like 10 quid or something, right? The second one's £86.
No,
come on, man. And
what?
the problem is, for me, like, this feels like reading comics, but looking at my screen doesn't. So I'm kind of like, I've got them, but I don't have them. You know, I should just get them anyway, just to read them cheap at the moment, right?
Because weirdly, I got. It's such a random way for a collector. This is such a OCD, but I've got 4 and 5 in the trades, like your one there.
Right.
I've got the physical copies of 4 and 5 because when I first got those years ago, I think it was in Waterstones actually. They have a little mini graphic novel session in there. They had just those 2, and I was particularly pleased to get them because they cover the first incursion onto Cobra Island when Ripcord and Zartan, SWAT, Baroness shot, spoilers, Baroness shot Storm Shadow, etc. Right. So I thought that's great. That's what I wanted anyway. And then I couldn't find the rest for Love Nor Money. So everything else I've got digitally. I've got it all on Comixology, the rest of it.
They're still cheap, right?
Yeah, they were on Monday. I bought the last. I bought volumes 13, 14, and 15 on Monday, which covers up to 155, which was the final issue of the week.
And then now they've got the new ones, which are
I've got those already.
Larry Hama.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't read any of the new ones.
Yeah, and I've got those. I've got those 4 volumes already. So I bought those a while ago because they were on sale. They were on sale at Christmas actually. So I bought those. I won't read them yet.
So they're episode 156 onwards, right?
Yes, correct. And they go on for another 42 issues. So there's 4 volumes.
Has it finished? Has that?
So he finished that one in. So he came. So 1982 started, and 1994 they finished, and then he came back in 2004 or 5. I want to say.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, was it?
No, and then he did 42 issues. So he did about 3 years on it, and then he was done. And then IDW bought it outright.
Well, I thought they already had it. I thought they already had it when he came back, and they were just continuing it.
They had the rights, so they took the rights from Marvel, but they then bought all the original Marvel ones as well.
Yeah.
So they're not available on like the Marvel Unlimited app, for example. You can't get them. They're not there.
Where Larry Hama did the continuation of A Real American Hero. At the end of that, has it been picked up? Has someone else continued it, or has it just ended Real American Hero and that's it?
I think it's ended. That's the last ones I've seen on there. I'm not seeing any new ones come up. So it's not like Transformers where Andy Wildman was drawing it and it went on like that. I'm not seeing anything else.
Yeah, they just got the other versions, the IDW ones, which I don't care about. To me, they don't count as canon. No,
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's so annoying because I'd like to have the paper versions, but I'm going to end up having to get digital ones just because, Anyway, we're getting off topic because as much as we like to talk about the comics, we want to talk about some toys as well.
Some toys.
So, I saw that you had a couple of nice deliveries. You did your Mighty Marvel mix. You did your Stealth Iron Man.
Yeah, and Guardsman.
Guardsman, which you have two of back there.
And I've got another one on order coming in November as well.
Excellent. So they came from Gaming Geeks, all three of them.
Top Man from Rob. Top Man. Yeah, I've got one on order from Pulse, which Pulse has put it back. It was due this week, and this whole wave: Stealth Iron Man, Guardsman, Ironheart, the transparent, fully AI'd Iron Man, the modular Iron Man. I'm not keen on that one at the moment. I want to see it.
But when you do your Hall of Armor, you'll.
I'm going to need it. I know. That's what I know. I don't know why I'm bothering trying to just say that I won't get it. I know I'm going to get it. But Hasbro put all theirs back. They were due this week, and they pushed them all back to the end of November. But our main man Rob over at Gaming Geeks had Guardsman in stock, had Stealth Iron Man in stock, so he got the goods. So got them coming. All good.
Very nice. So those are they the only Legends that you bought recently?
So I've got those two, and this is not mine. This is my son's. He chose it like his 5th birthday.
Right.
The Marvel Legend Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Nice.
I'm going to do a little compare and contrast video at some point because I've got the select version.
Yes.
The 7-inch.
Yeah.
This one has got, and I've actually got bits. So I've now got 3. Annoyingly, I've got 3 of the wing parts. so I need another.
Oh, I have 2 wing parts. I've got the one that came with Loki
and Zemo.
And Zemo. You can have those if you want.
Oh, look at that live video recording.
There you go.
They could be a winner. Nice. So, because the wings are better on this one because they've got articulation to them.
Yeah.
But the figure and the backpack's quite cool on this one as well. So I quite like the back. But then, to be honest, it's exactly the same as the backpack on the select one. But the select one, the wings clip into it. There's like a couple of punch holes here.
Right.
The wings clip into it, and then you put the backpack back on. This one looks like the wings will be built, and then they'll just go straight into the hole on the back.
Oh, right, yeah, because the central piece of the wing.
Sorry, I
thought that backpack that you got there was what they fit into, but I guess...
Yeah, no, so with the select
comes
one,
with it, does it?
No, the select one, the backpack has got a second canopy inside, which you lift out, then you clip the wings into the 2 teeth there, and you put the cover back on with the pin, and then you shove the pin back in, so that holds the wings in place.
Right.
It's a bit of a bitch. It's really painful to do. This is a better figure. I love this figure. I'm doing a compare and contrast now, actually. The most annoying thing came with no extra hands, so no fists, no flight hands, so no accessories to it. And the shield, I do like the shield because it's actually got the one that Steve handed over to Sam, and because I'm a nerd, you can go back and check, had these 5 little marks on it, and they've got that on it. So this is different to the other shields they've already done. So they've actually put some time into that and created a different shield. And it's got the brown strap on it, whereas the last Endgame one was a much darker strap. And there's even been a couple that've been unpainted, which is a bit lazy.
Those little touches, because on the brown straps, it looks like the buckles are painted silver. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
That very rarely happens.
That's really good. Very rarely. I was really surprised with that. That's great detail. I would have maybe liked this to have been a bit more silver because the one that Steve handed over was really sort of
Yeah.
shiny. So I would have liked that one. But it's a great figure. It's just a shame that there are no different hands, but it is a superior figure to the Select version, I would say.
Which they often are. These Select ones normally have a nice sculpt looks wise, don't they? But from an actual figure,
they're not as much
articulation
for posing around. And I tend to buy Select figures. Larger figures, Thanos, Immortal Hulk, bigger ones where it doesn't. Oh, your order's still coming?
I've got it ordered twice now. I've got it ordered in 2 different places.
Excellent.
The annoying thing is, right, so I ordered it from Zavvi, which...
Yeah.
And I also ordered it from Nerd Toys UK. And then it came up in an advert the other day when I was doing a search for Nerd Toys. And it was like £4 cheaper. I was like, what? I paid for it already. I was like, what? Come on, man. But anyway, I'd like to get that, and I'd like to have Juggernaut. I think Juggernaut would be good.
I've got that Juggernaut. It's awesome. It's so heavy. It doesn't pose very well. And I've got I've got the Select Colossus as well, which goes perfectly. Hulk poses great.
Yeah.
Hulk got crunch. Poses great. Twist well. Arms got good articulation in them, so you can actually get them down by the side if you want to, do a sort of armed in pose, but you can get good sort of wide action with his sort of his doubts on show on the back. So that's quite good. I forgot what I was going to say then. Zavvi. Say about Zavvi. I've got the Silver Centurion Iron Man Select figure on order for Zavvi, but that's gone back 3 times already on delays, so I think that'll end up like the
Captain America,
the Captain America buy.
Yeah. But that's why.
We'll see.
Because I mean, the Hulk had a date on it. I'm pretty sure it still says it, which is ages ago. You picked one up in the shop just walking down the street.
Yeah, you did.
As always, yeah.
As always.
Like, and when that happened, when that happened, I looked at the Zavvi thing. I was like, well, you got one just out and about, which means it's there, it's out and about now.
Yeah.
Right. And Zavvi's like, and it kind of says it just says processing, and it stayed like that forever. So I mean, that one's pre-order, but I don't think I paid for it. I hope I haven't. I don't think you paid for it.
No, I don't remember the Zavvi. When I got my Moon Knight from Zavvi, that was that came so quick. That was a Walgreens exclusive.
Yeah, I've had
from the US on Zavvi. Like got it straight away, no issues at all.
And so I kind of got sick of waiting, and then Nerd Toys had it, and I was like, oh, you know what? They've sorted me out before. I'll order it there, and it says something like September or November. September?
Okay, that's good.
Maybe. Oh, that's almost September.
Yeah.
Awesome. If it is September.
Well, I've done that with the modular Iron Man. I've got that on pre-order from Pulse, which again has gone back to November. But Nerd Toys, I've got it on at the moment, still showing as 2nd week of September.
Right.
So I've ordered it from them, and if it comes, great. And then I'll decide what to do with my pre-order. And again, I've got a second Stealth Iron Man still on pre-order from Pulse, which I haven't cancelled yet, because if it comes, I might think, well, I might keep it boxed. But equally, if you can't get one, I've got one coming. So I'll just...
Well, I mean, Nerd Toys is where I managed to get my my second Doctor Doom. One that comes in a nice box, and the retro style one. And for a time that was hard to get. Now I think you can get it again easily. It's weird when that happens, right? Sometimes there'll be a figure that you really, really want, and it stays impossible to get.
Yeah.
And then you get one, and you're like, oh, you can't get it. And then you find it something like, okay, cool, man, get one. And then they're like, re-releasing it. Don't worry about that.
Well, I did it with Nova. I got absolutely stitched up with Nova. I missed the pre-sale.
Yeah.
And then I was like, shit. So I panicked. Went straight to eBay. 40 quid on eBay. So I thought, I'll buy it. Literally 2 days later, you go $80.99 at Star Action Figures. I was like, Parker! So live and learn.
Yeah,
but I really wanted to know that. I didn't want... There's only certain figures I really don't want buyer's regret over. Collector's regret. And there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, so I got a couple of Marvel Legends this month. this month. It feels like it's a month ago since
It does feel, doesn't it? Yeah, since our last chat.
But they were more sort of. So I got this black cat here. I hate this costume, but I got this black cat because I wanted the other head just as a swap for that one.
Yeah.
So it's this one that comes with the Kingpin Builder figure.
That's the gold costume, yeah.
Now, here's the thing. She normally has fur on her arms and legs that make them really bulky, right? So I took them off, and the costume suddenly is a lot better.
Yeah.
Right?
Sleek, like a black cat should be.
Yeah, I hate the stupid eye design on there, but I mean, it's from the comics, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's a bit of a crap design. Otherwise, I quite like it. And actually, comparing it to, and I don't have her out, she's packed away at the moment because I'm getting this room sorted in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you'll see a change. So most of my figures are packed away. But from a posability perspective, this one is much better.
Oh, the other one didn't
other.
do anything like that at all, did
This
it?
is a much better figure. And I'm
Nice.
like, oh, her head's just fallen off because I had swapped it and I hadn't put it on properly. But
She's got 8 more lives. She'll
yeah.
be fine.
I got this one because
That's a good one. That's a really good one. That's much better.
I mean, I like the other face better because this one's like grinning all the time. But just if you wanted to have I said to you before, I've got the Pizza Spider-Man with the little thing. So,
switch it up.
you're going to have them sitting on a rooftop, like chatting, or just for a photo or something like that. Then you've got a different head that you can use. And I saw somebody had put this head on the body that you've got.
Yeah.
Really awesome. It's on Instagram. I can't remember who it was, and it's her with that head, and she's sitting on a rooftop, and she's holding a jewel, like hanging like that, and she's grinning.
Oh really? Oh
and
wow.
then they did a second one, and it was just set back further, so all the same, all their dioramas, like these rooftops, and they had the retro Spider-Man creeping behind her, like just caught her, and I was like,
Excellent.
It just looks so good.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, I mean, overall, this figure. So I mean, I got it for that head, but the body's good, for it poses well. So what I had done is I'd put that head on there, just make you can make a different character or whatever.
Yeah.
I was thinking, could I use it for something else? But yeah, it's actually a nice figure. And I don't know why they didn't look at how it can do that. Yeah.
Oh
Why
wow.
didn't they make the other one more like this? I don't get it. Like, it's Black Cat. Like this one, you could get her into more
sleek feline poses.
Yeah, or like jumping poses and stuff. I mean, her arms, they're single joint, but they go that far. The other one, it goes up to there, which it really confused me. Anyway, so that was that. Other than that, I picked up this figure, Shiklah. I've actually pulled her apart a little bit. I got her cheap. She was going for like £11, and I figured, because I'd like to, I've said before, I'd like to learn to customize and stuff like that, and I thought that's quite a good like body that you could use. Again, it's got pretty decent.
That's not bad. Yeah, some
it's got high heels in it. So I actually have her twice. I haven't unboxed it yet because everything's away, but I've got her there in the box. And then this was my fodder one. I got this one for just doing painting it or whatever. And so she comes with this little shark here, which I've given my other one to my daughter because she thought a shark with legs was great.
Deadpool's got a lot to answer for.
Yeah, right. She comes with she normally has a necklace on, which is around here somewhere. She has one of these capes, which is like Storm's one, which will normally fit around there. It's quite a nice figure. It's very posable as well.
That's a much better material for. Well, does that come with it, the clay?
Yeah. It normally has the cloak on. So all these bangles and everything, they're all removable. You can take all the jewelry off and stuff. So it's just got the. I'll show you.
Is that cloak fabric or rubber?
Yeah, it's fabric.
Like fabric.
It's
wow.
Fabric, yeah. So you would normally just have it like that. It's the same as the Black Storm. Yeah. Is that right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sorry,
That's sort of what I meant in terms of it being like that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all right. It's a pretty nice figure. It's going cheap. It's got your standard woman hands that they have. The same posy ones. Paint on it, she looks quite cool.
Yeah.
But the figure itself poses quite well as well. She's got, you know, good articulation.
It's cool sort of costume. You could paint that green and turn it into the Enchantress.
You could, yeah, exactly. This could easily be that. The only thing with it, as much as it looks cool, she's got stilettos, and
Can't stand.
And well, you can't really see this here, but this part of the foot is longer than the heel. So the heel doesn't quite, on a flat surface, the heel doesn't quite reach. So it means that she falls back, right? And I don't understand how, when a toy's designed, they don't go, hold on a minute, that won't work.
Surely quality control goes.
I also find
job one is just stand it up. Don't worry about posing to start with, just stand it up.
I also find this, and I've seen this on quite a few female figures, I don't get it. They always make one of the legs slightly longer. It's like, why?
I've not that. I'm going to go and check now. I've not noticed that. I'm going to definitely go and check.
There's a few of my females, I'm like, they don't stand. I'm like, what's going on? They made one leg slightly longer. So you can get her to stand, but you know, it just takes a bit of messing around, and then what that does is it stops you putting her in necessarily the pose that you want. So what we'd probably have to do is use a little bit of blue tack or something if you're going to try and get her into a good pose.
Yeah.
In a way, in order to see it, you know.
It's frustrating though, isn't it? The ones with the heels, always the feet are so small on them. You're always facing the balancing act. Yeah,
I mean, the heels look great. They look really cool, right? But it is one of those. Just they've got to have the heel the correct length, because otherwise, you know, you put it on a flat surface, it's not going to stand.
It's gone, absolutely.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, So I mean, that's it for Marvel Legends for me this week.
But same, got the Guardsman, that cap is not my cap. Got the stealth Iron Man, which obviously got the laser in. I mean, you know, we've seen this one. It is the exact same. It's the exact same repaint of the AI one, but it's super cool. There is some real quite nice sheen between the blues on it. It isn't just a straight paint into the legs and the arms. Got slightly different colour hue to them than the body and the far. So you have got a two-tone like you get with the red and gold, slightly lighter blue, but just about to see on the face there against the helmet, and the red eyes really sets it off. So that comes well on like a darkened shot with a bit of metal behind it. It comes up quite well. But yeah, so nothing new, because we've obviously talked this one to death, because I think this is still my figure of the year so far. You said that on your Marvel Legend. I just love it
because that
Deadpool's fun. The Deadpool's awesome as well. It's a bit of a, I'm sure I'll have to do a video at some point, favourite of the year, because
I'm sure you will.
No one cares what my favourite is, but I care what my favourite is. So but yeah,
I'd like to hear it. So, yeah.
So that's it. And then the other one, I've ordered a J. Jonah Jameson, which I was hoping would be here today, because I'm going to do exactly what you pointed out to me. One, I've got him to do Spider-Man stuff with all my Spider collection. You've got like, you know, a whole Rose Gallery Spider-Man, but he's going to be the body. It looks nice. He's going to be the body for this dude.
Yeah.
So this head's going to come off. And I've got a Tony Stark in a shirt and tie.
Pop the waistcoat off.
Pop the waistcoat off. Tony Stark shirt and tie. Hall of Armours. That gives me, I've now got 9 comic book versions of Iron Man with 10 on the way.
The only thing that I don't like about the J. Jonah figure, which is the same as the Ulysses Claw figure, is that their elbows don't go any further than that.
Because of the sleeve.
Yeah, and it's just like, because you might want him in a...
Yeah, that's a shame.
Can't really do that.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, you know, you can come over with lots of nice poses.
Yeah,
yeah.
My boys have got a little, I found it the other day, which they've forgotten all about. It's a little, they collect Roblox figures, and they've got, some have got like a little, like a Batcave computer terminal, and it's got like the 3-sided, so I'm going to put that on some blocks. It's just not high enough for Marvel Legends, but it just sits about there. So I'm going to put it on some blocks, and then he's got a computer terminal.
Excellent.
So I can have him in the shirt and tie, standing at the computer terminal with all the armour. So I'll probably put him at the front, focus on the armours in the background.
Then we need to get you a Hall of Armour made.
A Hall of Armour made.
Oh, that'd be
the one.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, Yeah, but I'm watching a diorama of one with LED light up now, and it's 60 quid, and it is for one. So I'd be spending 600 quid for my current armor. So not happening, because that's 2 Galactuses. So it's not happening.
Yeah, let's talk about that later. We'll try and come up with something.
Gonna do some custom plastic. Yeah.
So we did say there's going to be a G.I. Joe heavy
episode.
So they had announcements for the supposed releases in 2022. Now I have seen.
What do you think real?
Well, I had seen one video. It was Viper Island, where he didn't think it was real, and I'll explain the reason in a minute. But we'll go through that list and we'll discuss that briefly, because we've got toys to talk about. So they started off with January with a deluxe Crocmaster with crocodile, right? Which, after you see how good timber is, the crocodile firstly is going to have to be, big.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
What kind of, you're going to get like probably a snapping articulation.
I just thought so.
I think it will move.
Two heads maybe. One that's mouth open. Maybe mouth open.
Maybe.
They might articulate it, but I tend to think you'll get 2 like the timber. You've got snarly timber and not snarly timber.
But you see, the difference with timber is, to snarl, his actual face has to change.
True. Good point.
I think they'll articulate that. And then he'll have his head move. They'll probably have the torso move, the legs move.
Yeah.
And then maybe like 2 or 3 sections of the tail.
And they're massively into animals at the moment, aren't they? You've got timber, you've got the Ursa Major bear. So they're massively into animal ones at the moment. So
timber, the timber one, I think everyone sort of like, gotta have timber. And I haven't had mine yet, but from everything I've seen, everyone's just like, it is fantastic. The timber is a reason enough to buy that box set.
Wow.
So I expect that the crocodile will be cool. And then there's Crocmaster himself, who looks great anyway.
I love Crocmaster.
What is
He's
he
awesome.
going to be like? I want to see the breather with the tank on the back.
Yeah,
I want to see
big bulky arms with the vest top.
Yeah, I want him to look like, this tough dude.
And it's got to come with a chain as well. So we've got to have a chain.
Of course, got to have a chain. Yeah. So January. So I'm like, okay, I'm buying another deluxe in January. There you go. It's going to be 40 quid, 50
It will
quid.
be. But I will buy that as well. Can confirm.
Right.
I can confirm.
So then we've got February, Storm Shadow. Hopefully it's going to be a classic
Storm Shadow? Yeah.
Now, the problem is that on the artwork that was released, it's on the G.I. Joe website. And I think it was on the, they're doing the theme park thing in Asia, it was first announced there, and he had the sort of mask that looked like one of the Mortal Kombat ninjas, and he had like Batman fucking things.
That's right, yeah.
And I'm like, in any like a Yakuza tattoo and all that, and I was just like, I don't really want my Storm Shadow to have Batman gauntlets and stuff like that. I just want him to look like a ninja that poses well and looks like the short sleeves in the white.
That version should pose superbly, like you say, short sleeve, so you haven't got any issues over the sleeve.
Don't
style.
Put the bit at the bottom like they did with the red ninjas. Make it more, if you're going to do that, have it more like the Arashikage ones, where they've got the little piece in the middle. But I prefer to just not have anything, right?
Don't need it, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. They'll probably end up using the Snake Eyes legs, although I'm not going to go into it now, but the legs off that are cool. Right?
That's one, yeah, they are.
So they can go with those and do an adaptation of that on the upper
that
leg,
would work.
lower leg, change lower leg.
That would work.
So February starts with Storm Shadow, then Spirit with Freedom. So you're going to get an eagle there.
Another animal, yeah.
Now I can't imagine the eagle's going to have a lot of posability. It's either going to be like that all the time, or with its wings down, or maybe you get swappable wings.
That's what I'm thinking. You might have wings so it can sit.
Yeah.
and then you get the wings that are actually extended out.
So it'd be interesting. I mean, imagine if they do make it posable. I mean, eagles are quite
That
big
would be
birds,
fantastic.
you know.
Yeah.
And then you've got
That would be
Cobra Officer
great.
coming after that as well. Cobra Officer, a lot of people I've seen going, oh, well, it's just going to be Cobra Trooper. Cobra Officer is not Cobra Trooper. Cobra Officers look different from Cobra Troopers, right? Apart from the silver Cobra instead of the red, their helmet had a different marking on it.
Yeah.
Their webbing looks different. They don't have the knee pads. They're a different looking figure. And I'm like, awesome. I want a Cobra Officer. I know that we've got, with Cobra Trooper, you have a ranking insignia, but that's like a squad leader or something, you know. But the Cobra Officer is above him. So I'm all down for that. I probably want a couple of those. But this is going to be an expensive year. So I don't know that I'm going to get a couple of those. So this is the thing that made him think that this wasn't real. April, you've got Stalker, awesome. I'm well excited to get Stalker. That's a figure that we need. And Tomax and Zaymot. However, they say Tomax and Zaymot are going to be individually boxed, not a 2-pack. And he was like, that doesn't sound like it makes sense.
No.
And
they wouldn't do it. They would,
you're
right. They would charge more for the 2-pack. Somehow they seem to get away with that.
But imagine if you get, like, you know, 3 Tomaxes in a case and 1 Zaymot, or like, you know, I saw someone else say, you know, someone buys them for their kid and they don't know the difference. They just go and say, hey, I've got you a Tomax. And it's like, where's Zaymot? What? No, it's Tomax. So, you know, so I think that is a bit weird. And I mean, obviously, none of this has been confirmed. We haven't had it as come straight out of Hasbro yet, right?
It doesn't mean it's not happening, but I would think that is misinformation on not being a 2-pack.
Yeah, I think so, right? So let's see. So June. Now this one, I sent a message to Hasbro. I was like, right, make this our first army builder, small box. I don't need it to be all flashy. Crimson Guard. Right, Crimson Guard.
Yes,
because Crimson Guard's cool.
Guard.
However, you know, if you think about them, the original figure, he came with a rifle and a backpack, right?
Yeah.
But if you see Crimson Guards in the comics or in the cartoons, they never had a backpack on, right? So just stick him in the pack like the.
Stick him in a box.
I'm pointing. You guys can't see.
Yeah.
I've got my
Hellfire ones. Yeah.
They came in a box with a pistol and a rifle.
Yeah.
Do that. I'm happy.
Do you know anything I might like them to do is do a Fred head?
Oh, shit. That's what they're going to do. Okay, it's not going to be an army. It'll be an army builder. It'll be a full-priced army builder.
I would think that'd be full price.
I'm looking for some cheapness here, man, because this is going to be expensive. Yeah, if I had
but I'm with you. I would sacrifice a Fred head because you could probably get. There's enough figures out there. You're just looking at random, like you've got Phone Guy, who's close enough to be Fred.
Exactly, you could get some of those.
So I would take an army builder one for those, definitely.
Fred heads would be cool. Fred heads would be cool. So the rest of June you get Zarana, which is cool, and you get Dusty, also cool.
I love Dusty.
And then just to stick the boot in a bit more and make you spend even more money, that month we're getting another 2-pack here, and this one is Cobra Viper with Cobra Viper Officer. Right, so the gold faceplate, standard Viper, and I'm like, okay, awesome, because now I've managed to get a Viper, and our good friend Colin did me an order and got me a second Viper. So I've got a mini squad here. I could do with another Viper, just so I've got my
and you get an officer thrown in for the good measure.
Well, that's it. Get an officer, and then a few Vipers go with them. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Then July. As we get into this part now, this is where I don't know that I'll really spend the money. So here we go. July crossover figure, similar to the Fortnite Snake Eyes.
Right, yeah.
I'm not bothered.
40 quid I see that was on for, wasn't it? For the Snake Eyes, right?
Yeah, and what for a video game that's not a G.I. Joe video game version of Snake Eyes, I don't think I'm going to spend that money.
No, thanks.
I don't think that many people will. So, we'll see. And then you've got your Target exclusives will now be themed Tiger Force versus Python Patrol instead of Cobra Island.
Right.
So I'm okay with that. So you've got a Tiger Force Outback coming, Python Patrol Viper, Python Patrol Bat.
Yeah.
Which
I love the Bat, but not the Python Patrol.
I don't really care for the colour change, and I don't really want Outback with a Tiger T-shirt. I just want my standard out. I do want Outback, but I don't want that version. So, whatever. I mean, I suppose you could get it and repaint it, but they're gonna, once they made the mold, you're gonna get a normal one anyway.
You'll get it anyway, won't you? You're right.
So so I think up until June I'm screwed, and then after June I lick my wounds. But this is just Joe's, and then there's gonna be all the Marvel Legends shit that's gonna fuck.
Yes, it's not slowing down, is it? Because then all the Fantastic Four pre-orders are gonna come in.
They're all gonna come. Yeah.
I've done 6 out of the 8. I think the only ones I didn't do was the unflamed Johnny and the uninvisible Sue. I've done the fully transparent Sue and the flame on Johnny.
That was
Thing, Miss Fantastic, High Evolutionary, Psycho Man.
There was one more figure that I bought, but I'm not going to show it now because she's over the other side of the room. It was the last version of Sue Storm.
The last one.
Because I cannot have that terrible head.
That's a Thunberg head.
It just looks terrible. Yeah, Greta Thunberg head. I just can't do that.
It really does.
Yeah, I've got to swap that straight out. That head is...
It is... I would love... Because we talk quite a few of videos about quality control, and a lot of it has been down to standing, posing. Why can these range of figures why can this franchise have double elbows for females, this one can't, etc, why females don't have the double ab crunch, blah blah blah. And we've also talked about quality control, and someone surely has got to look at it and go, the fuck is wrong with her face, lads?
Right. Like, who didn't do that? And it doesn't just go by one person. It must be like a ton of people look at it and go, because Dwight, right, he must see them. Yeah, whatever, man, it's a toy. It's like, no, come on. You must look and go, oh, no. Like, because that's what I would do. I'd look and be like, oh, it's horrible. No.
Particularly because of all the really sweet female heads they've already had over the years. It's not like they're incapable of doing female face. And they're not having to base it. They're not having to base her on a celebrity, like the Wanda Maximoff one.
But they've done other Sues. Just use the other head and change the hair. Then it's like it's the same character.
Absolutely, it's all you need to do.
Craziness. Craziness. So I did get. So I got some non-Joes actually, but I'll do them at the end because we've done. Actually, I'll do them now quickly because we've done them before.
Yeah.
I just got a couple more of the Swoosh Ninjas this time.
Oh yeah, the blue ones.
Very
cool. Really good, aren't they? They're really good.
Yeah, they're amazing. Exactly the same as the other ones, come with all the same accessories.
They're really good.
But I also got some other Joes. I'm going to start with the movie ones from the Snake Eyes movie, which I don't know if you've seen it. I've seen it.
Not yet. Good?
It's a movie. So I'm going to start with this figure. Actually, I love the Baroness. Now, she comes with glasses, which when you take her out of the packet, you have to be really careful because mine popped out of the packet, and as I did, I bent them in half. Right, now they bent back, but I could see the
can't do that too often. Yeah.
Oh, if I did it again, they break. Right. Now, luckily for me, I've got Baroness with a coil, which is the version of the Baroness that, when you think of Baroness, that's what she looks like.
Yeah.
So in my version of Cobra, that's the Baroness, and the chick that played Baroness in the movie is called Ursula Cabero. Cabero sounds a little bit like Cobra.
Oh, I see why they find.
So I decided that this character is just going to be called Ursula. She's just going to be another Cobra chick, right?
Cobra chick,
female, right? And I think it's a really nice figure. Some people complaining about the length of the neck, but I don't see a problem with it.
I love the tunic.
these fur bits were actually from my black cat. I just added them.
Oh, okay.
Because
I like the tunic. That's
it,
really nice.
the
Really good
tunic's
detail
cool,
on it.
The boots,
Yeah.
cool, but she's got, see, they've got these wedges, so she stands. Yeah.
They're called kitten heels. I know that. My wife tells me that.
She has here a swivel on the boot, right? So that swivels, and she's got an upper thigh, and she's got a double hinged knee here. She's got the knives, as with all the Joes, all the bits.
Nice.
So the knives go into the back here. She's holding one, and then she comes with this gun. Let me just take that out of her hand. The gun has a silencer.
Oh, cool.
Here we go. And,
nice.
And the magazine comes out.
Oh,
have her
that's brilliant.
taking out, you know. The Joes, man, the Joes are the best figures. I'm telling
They
you.
are the best figures.
And actually, I didn't know this until the other day. I saw something which said they're actually the #1 selling figure. They are Hasbro's #1 toy.
Because you can't bloody get them anywhere. That's why.
But they're doing so. You can now. You can get them quite easy online. You know what? The thing is, I think that they've been learning as they've been going, and I think that's why they're doing the Tiger Force Python Patrol with Target, because that makes sense, right? You're going to do something a bit different, but don't do your standard, the ones that everyone, you know, I want my standard.
That's a good
ones,
point.
Don't do those.
That is a fair point.
But they started to restock a lot of them, so you can get your Major Bloods and stuff like that again now. But a lot of the initial ones that came out, by the way, I did show you that Destro. You should pick Destro up because he's cheap, B, he's a really good figure, and C, he's generally hard to get, and he's right there. But one of the things is that the initial classified ones were designed off this Operation Blackout video game, and it looks like now, with one of the ones I'll talk about in a minute, they're going to start going to a more modernized version of the traditional look. So I think we're going to get a lot of the figures that we've already had come out in you know, in a better look. So I think you'll be able to get them all quite easily. I really like this figure. She poses well. Does she have? I think she's got the double ab crunch.
Nice.
Right, now they don't crunch as much as men, but she has got. So she moves in her torso and at her waist.
That's what you want.
That.
Yeah,
and
that's what you want.
A double swivel as well, because obviously she can turn, you know, in 2 directions. So,
it's a good figure.
Yeah. So it is a really nice figure, and it's one of those that when you see it in pictures compared to when you have it, it's different. In hand, it's really nice.
Yeah.
And I think with the glasses, the way they do the glasses is really cool. They fit behind her hair and they stay on really well, and you can't.
Oh, that's good.
You don't see any kind of anything. But I think she looks better without them. This figure,
especially if you're not using her as the Baroness, you're using her as Ursula.
Exactly, just have her as a separate character. And actually, if because I know a lot of the people didn't like the movie that much, so if the movie ones tend to not sell, then I plan to buy about another 2 or 3 of this, so I can swap the head out. The only thing is, sometimes I think this might be one of them. It's a smaller ball, so you get it with the Legends. Sometimes they're different sizes and they don't all fit each other.
Don't all click.
But I'd have to find heads that fit that. But yeah, I mean, wicked.
Like that.
What I'll do, I'll get you to talk about yours in a minute, but I'll just go on to this other movie one, which is Storm Shadow. Now, this is it's a good figure, but out of the ones that I got on the day that he arrived, this was my least favourite.
Okay.
So, firstly, there he is. Now, you can't really see it so well on here because I've got a bright light in front of me, but he's a cream colour.
Right.
Not white.
I didn't think he was white. It looked like an off-white on the images as well.
And it's not painted. He's got some little. You can't see it.
So I've just trying to get
silver straps and stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just plastic, right? Okay, whatever. Good movement on him. He moves well.
That's good.
This plastic,
does that coat get in the way though?
It gets in the way when you try to do a
it's like Death Dealer.
And I'm just like, you know, I know that in the movie he's wearing a coat. This is like a leather coat.
Yeah.
It's, you know, all the ninjas that run around in leather coats. But
because they sell cars at the weekends as well, don't they?
Right.
So that's why they have a leather coat.
But if you can see his trousers,
yeah, his pants there. Yeah.
If they took it from just above the knee up to there, these would be great legs for Storm Shadow proper.
Yeah.
Because
perfect. Yeah.
Because he's got a double knee. It's a bit stiff, this one. There you go. But on the double knee, look, he can bend like that. So
wow.
So this
that is good.
These trousers, which look more like a Shinobi Shizuku, they still allow the movement, which is great, right? So from that perspective, I would love to see that reused when they do Storm Shadow. Guarantee they're not going to.
Perfect sense.
Combat boot.
Yeah.
And then he's got his sheath on the back here.
Nice.
But the blades are out. But I can't remember what it looks like in the movie, but I can only assume they just went by what they do in the movie, and that's it.
Yeah.
The only thing that this isn't a spoiler, the only thing that they did different here than the movie is, in the movie, you never, ever see this ever. That never happens in the movie.
No, just a dude's head.
In the movie, Storm Shadow, it's not going on. Let me use all my strength. Jeez, this is that's not going to have to heat that up a bit. Anyway, I'm not going to put it on. In the movie, his head looks like that. Andrew Koji, who he is.
You don't see him in the mask.
He is the best thing in the movie, Andrew Koji.
Right.
Which I said from the day he was cast, I was like, oh my god, he is the perfect guy to play Storm Shadow, and he really is. And
excellent.
I'm gutted that if this movie doesn't do well, and then they did a proper G.I. Joe, we'll never see him as Storm Shadow, be someone else, because he should be Storm Shadow. But yeah, this is a good head. This head's nice.
Wow. And looks like him as well.
Yeah, but this is him in the movie. This is how you see him throughout the whole movie, right?
I mean, you'd hope if they did reboot, they would do what they've done with J.K. Simmons for Jonah Jameson. They just said, we'll just take the best. He is the best Jonah. Don't do another one. Just use him.
Yeah. But I mean, otherwise the figure looks nice. You know, they have got a Lady J Amazon TV series coming, and I was like, really, Lady J? Like, it's a bit random, isn't it?
Yeah.
like that, just her on her own. You know, I'm like, well, surely, because what it is, I'm not going to go into it now. I've got a lot to say about the movie, but take the IP seriously, right?
Yeah.
And you could do it good. And that'll make people like it. But I'm kind of like, well, maybe an Amazon series could be good, but I don't know how you're going to do Lady J on her own.
No. The IP is fantastic. It's so rich, and the storytelling that I'm getting slightly off topic, but the storytelling Larry Hama did, the serialized storytelling, was as good as anything that Marvel were putting out at the time when he did it. In terms of, the only thing I think rivaled it was the Who's the Hobgoblin saga, which ran through 50 issues of Spider-Man. He told some really intricate stories. He tied in the Hard Master, the Blind Master, the Soft Master, Zartan, Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, Stalker, all these different characters, you know, and then Candy with Ripcord and her father, the Professor from Cobra Island. They tied it. Just such a rich storytelling.
Clever, right? And the problem is, you know, I don't want to go too far off topic, but it's almost like they go, well, you know, there's a cartoon made to sell toys. It's goofy. Let's just make it goofy. That's what they want, right? Yeah, whatever. And it's like, no, come on. Most fans consider those comics canon, right?
Yeah.
You've got to, I always say, I know they make movies for everyone and the fans are the minority, but with something like that, you've got to engage the fans, because it's those people that are going to bring people. They're going to word mouth.
Of course they are.
Because this Snake Eyes movie, I don't want to go on to it too long, but this Snake Eyes movie, on all the groups I was on, people like, that's not Snake Eyes, I'm not going to go and watch it. So when fans are saying, I'm not going to go and watch it, then other people are like, hey, because I mean, you know, when I used to be in the office, I used to have toys and stuff. And people are like, oh, do you see this movie coming out? Do you know anything about it? I'm like, oh yeah, it's this, and you know, so I'll get asked by people, and if I was going, I'm not watching that. It's going to be a load of crap.
Exactly.
Lost another customer.
And it always makes me, the cynic in me makes me think that they do that because really, it's not. I haven't seen it, but I've read the same stuff. It's not a Snake Eyes movie in terms of what we know as Snake Eyes. They've almost assumed the name and the brand to bring an audience along, where really it's a film about some ninjas.
It's like they had a generic action movie lying around and went, "Oh, stick Snake Eyes."
Called Snake Eyes. Yeah.
They won't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, so you started collecting GI Joes as well, then.
Well,
that's interesting. I'm glad that you finally decided to do that.
This is the tricky part where so I would say the short answer is, so if you said I can start collecting Joes, the answer would be it would start with NO, but I think it would be not yet. I think we're going to do. Funny enough, after you sent me the Destro link the other day, I was at the con at the weekend, last weekend, when I sent you and Colin some pictures of who wants what. He was after the Grievous, which he said was too expensive. I don't know whether it was or wasn't or not. But they had the Destro there.
Right.
22 quid. And it's okay.
That was my first Joe out of the classified.
Was it?
Out of the classified, the first one I got.
See, and I looked at it and I was thinking, so because I could see it and I could pick it up and look at it, I was like, I do like it, but I want the Iron Grenadier Destro.
Oh, that's coming.
So I was thinking, so I like this one. I don't like it enough.
Right.
I think
when you're holding it, it's different. Because even your Zartan and your Snake Eyes there, you said you've taken them out of the packet.
Yeah,
They're nice figures, right?
They're beautiful figures.
Yeah.
They're I now can confirm. I mean, I've always thought from the look of them, and when you show them on my screen, when I see the glams of them, when Hasbro put them out, that's me. I've always said, really, although as a Marvel Legends collector, I've always said, if you take their top 3 brands of Marvel Legends, Star Wars, Black Series, and G.I. Joe classified from Hasbro, I actually think Marvel Legends come in third.
Oh, really?
In the I do, because I look at a lot of the Star Wars ones are weird, depending on what they are portraying. The cartoon series stuff and all that, those figures look like you got the What If Marvel Legends coming. I've ordered a couple of those, so they're not meant to. They are looking like the absolute embodiment of that cartoon series. It's an animated version, so I understand that side of it. But I do think with the human side of the figures, the Boba Fett.
Well, the problem with the Star Wars ones, they look good, but when they first came out, they had it's the articulation. They initially had the double elbows. They all have single elbows now. All the Star Wars ones.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're all single elbows. They started out double, and it's like they don't move as well. And when you have the Marvel Legends in hand in the Black Series, the Marvel Legends to me are a far better figure.
And that's the difference, because obviously I don't have the Star Wars figures. One thing that started in my mind to move me away from thinking they were that good Star Wars, and it's something I think we need to work with our cardboard friend Colin on, is he's not yet learned the ways of the Force in terms of getting the best out of his figures, right, in terms of posing. Right. And I'm not talking out of turn here. I've seen some of the ones he has in his display case at home, which look amazing, are just taken out of the box, stand there.
Yeah.
And he might want that, and that might be great, and that might be exactly as he wants it. But the posing person in me with the figures is I'd have Han in front of Chewie, and I'd have him side with the gun with the leg out to the side. You'd have him in one of those sorts of poses, definitely, with the gun up type thing. And it's that sort of thing where I was looking and thinking, are they that good? So are they? And again, I don't have any in hand. I don't own any of those.
They're
ones.
Nice enough. I mean, okay, I'll show you. I mean, this one here, for example. Oh, I'm going to knock everything over. Watch. Oh, I did it. Okay. You can get them into a nice pose, for example, right? But I know this is an armor wearing one, but his elbows don't go past there. They're single elbows. They're nice. They are nice figures. But I just think that generally, the Legends are better because all of the figures only have the single armor. It's the old ones.
Actually,
originally they had doubles and then they stopped doing it.
Well, you make a really good point there, because the look of those, so the detail on that armor,
It looks nice. It looks good.
It looks fantastic, and there aren't that many, and it's more maybe the MCU version. So I've got the Iron Patriot from Endgame, which you only really saw right at the end of the movie, you know, in the big portals battle scene. But the figure is absolutely brilliant. It's so detailed. It actually looks like you could go, well, this is working armor on a Marvel Legend. But there's they're few and far between because there haven't been that many on screen like that. The comic versions, which I love because it takes you back to being a kid, they are, you know, they're not armor, are they? They never were armor in the comics. But they weren't designed to be armor. That's what's so fun about them. It's so cool. And so it's probably more the look of Star Wars, but there's no question, come back to Jones, there's no question, these are the best figures of all. Okay. And what's great, again, is I've been able to take that, and I've got, it's coming in the next couple of days, I've got a, it just goes in the, what's the name of it? Is it the Deltop? What, the IKEA?
Oh, the Detolf.
Detolf, that's it. I've ordered it, it's quite cheap on eBay. It's a jungle scene.
Oh, nice.
Just 2 panel, but it's 3D.
Right.
So the back is actual jungle scene, and it's got like a gravel raised foam 3D effect.
Do you have
gravel.
Detolf?
No, but
okay.
I'm going to use it so it can be collapsed back in its box, so I can keep it flat.
Right. Nice.
And any of the Joes that I'm going to get, and I am going to get more, but any of the Joes I'm going to get, that's going to be my scene.
Yeah. Yeah,
a jungle scene, because it will fit with virtually all the figures. Right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Certainly for Zartan, but I absolutely love it. The Snake Eyes one and the Zartan one, they're
Snake
both
Eyes pose as well, and all the accessories can be
this
put on
is
the
great.
figure.
I took his backpack on. I can take his guns out. He's got brilliant different hands. He's got they grip properly.
He's got the monkey claw, the snake's head.
Honestly,
all that goes on his belt.
Yeah, slightly annoys me, as I keep forgetting it, which is a compliment to it though, is the cowl comes off quite easily.
Yes.
But that's good.
Yeah, but it fits on well.
As it should be. It fits on well.
And when you put the mask on, it fits on with the mask as well.
Yeah, there you go. Look, his knife pinged out just to prove I've been using it. See, because I've obviously pushed it through. And but I like the fact that these boxes are so cool as well. Is it because most of my Legends I've got, like, other than the ones I keep boxed forever, I've actually got in the bags with all their accessories kept inside it in big boxes. You know, those aren't out on display in big boxes. But I like with these, I can keep these in the packaging now. Like now I've been playing with them.
I throw the tray out.
Yeah, I love the tray. The Zartan one is great. It's got the dreadnoughts, obviously.
No, I keep the box, the artwork. It's just that plastic tray the figure fits, you know.
Yeah. But it's interesting because I was reading on I was reading it. Funny enough, Nerd Zoic did a interview with Ryan and Dwight from Marvel Legends team, which has just gone up on his YouTube channel last week. Right. He talked about other action figures in general, and he was saying about the plastic packaging. And this is my big beef with the Marvel Legends, is I don't like the boxes because they have the weird wraparound, and these are perfect because they stack.
Yes, yeah, that's
fantastic.
And the artwork on the side of these is
artwork is amazing. The back is a dream because that takes me back to comics. Is a dream. The one at the bottom is great again because it's cartoon art and looks fantastic as well. So these are fantastic to keep up on the shelf. I've got these up in the office upstairs. Yeah, up these are out, and I haven't got any Marvel Legends at the moment. I've just got these out at the moment. So they're all round winners in terms of their quality. The figures are brilliant. They pose like a dream. Their boots are solid. You can stand them like with one leg, even one leg back, in a running pose. Stand them on 1 foot. They are absolutely the best figures.
And so, having reread the Larry Hama ones, it must have made you go, "Oh, come on, small Joes."
I did, and I will. But the one thing that concerns me the most about it is, and I'm you got a good 600 people with it on the G.I. Joe classified group on Facebook now, and
I know, right? How's that going on?
Everyone loves Joes. Everyone loves Joes. But it doesn't seem, my perception is, it is stressful collecting Joes.
I think that it was, but I don't feel like that now. Like
Maybe
I feel like it's changed a bit. Like I've got all mine on order, and almost like in some cases. So apart from things like I'm trying to think. No, I didn't manage to get the Regal Cobra Commander. So not the Snake Supreme, but just the standard one, but in light blue.
There's the lighter blue, yeah.
But that one, they did a weird thing at the time where they released it on an app called Network, right? And then it became unavailable, and then people in the States got it, and then some people here somehow got it, but I don't know how. And I never got that one, but I wasn't like distraught over it because I already had the exact same thing in dark, whatever. But compared to like the States, I've managed to get everything. I mean, the hardest one for me was the Viper. That was the only one.
The Vipers, That
was the only one I struggled with. And now I've got it. But other than that, I've got everything straight away off Star Action Figures and off Hasbro Pulse. And, you know, Kapow and all those have them as well.
That's good.
I've personally not struggled that much. Even like my Major Blood, when I'd see people going, oh man, I can't get Major Blood. And I was like, I have him. And it's like, oh, I can't get Firefly. I'm like, yeah, I've got him too. You know, it's like, okay.
And maybe the tide is turning, and maybe it's just bad luck for some people, and the ones who shout about it the most, the ones who obviously can't get stuff.
And I think that what it is as well is what you find is a lot of people in the States, because they do like these Target exclusives and stuff like that, we're managing to get them on our online shops,
normal channels,
but they have to walk into Target, and a lot of people are complaining because they're like, you know, I had to queue up outside Target and then they didn't have them, or you know, and so I think that's where you're getting a lot of that kind of stuff. That's where you're seeing a lot of that.
And you know what, that's a fair point, because the buying experience in the US is different to our buying experience, because they have the biggest comic shops everywhere. It seems
they go to Walmart. They go into Walmart and they have like Mafex, they have NECA, they have like all the Hasbros. You know, they have everything. I'm like, that's
more. Exactly. They have more in their supermarkets than we have in our Forbidden Planet specialist shops. So the buying experience is different, which I think therefore would drive them more to have to physically go and get stuff and not do the online. So I understand the differences in why we don't see that in the collection. So but I am going to be, so I am definitely going to get more Joes, but I think I'm going to treat them as like, we'll talk Crop Master, that comes out, bang off and get them. Or if I go somewhere, because you know, cons are starting up again, and I'm quite lucky I live in a part of the country where I'm not that far from a few different shops where, you know, we do get some reasonable action figures in, and if they're there and I can see them and get them, I'll do that, and I'll buy this sort of thing. But I'm going to be very particular in the ones I want, and I've got a little bit more particular Marvel Legends lately, because you know, last year or so it's gone absolutely bloody bonkers, and I'm by complete waves and just got to have it straight away, and far more.
And actually, I've started to feel that way as well. I've started to realise that quite often now I don't have to buy them immediately, and they're still there. So I'm, you know, especially with the Hasbro Pulse, like with the Joes, with Hasbro Pulse now. Again, apart from the Viper, I think the only time that I'm seeing this issue is with Troopers, but the Troopers that they put out, they made exclusives. So you know, it's like, and
that's the absolute nonsense, you know? Like you said, that's
nonsense. That's why I think there's been trouble.
And it is a fair point you say about learning like the Python Patrol. So that is exactly the type of thing that should be an exclusive to a Target or somewhere, because it's different, it's unique, it's not the standard one, and that is absolutely the right way to do it.
But you should be able to buy all of the standard characters. You know, if it was that you know, I liked Tiger Force, for example, and you didn't, and let's say they had Tiger Force Outback, and I was like, I've got Tiger Force Outback. You're like, I didn't really want him, but I've got Outback, so I'm happy. Yeah,
absolutely.
that's how it should
Absolutely.
be.
Agree.
And
Yeah,
I
100%.
feel like that's where it's going now.
The tide does
Joes
seem to be turning, to be
going
fair.
that way.
Yeah, yeah.
And look, you know what? The classified series, we're only a year in. We're only 1 year in. This is year
That's
one.
a good point. Actually,
So,
that's a good point.
You know, it's a new, different team. So it's all a learning curve.
Yeah.
As I say, they're the number one Hasbro action figure.
Yeah.
So,
Which I get, because they are superb quality. I mean, and I'm going to be more picky on things like I prefer, so of the 3 styles of Cobra Commander, the mirrored face, the hood, and the battle armor. Battle armor for me was number 1, which you've originally wasn't even him, it was Fred.
Yeah, well, it was him. It was as well.
Sure, actually, then Fred and Raptor. Spoilers: Fred and Raptor killed him, and he ended up assuming his identity. But I love that version because it's a bit more superhero-y, a bit more comic booky.
You'll definitely get that one.
And I will buy it.
Now,
and I will
me,
buy the hood.
My favourite was the mirrored one. People reckon the hood ain't going to come out, but I think it will. Because they think Hasbro are moving away from it because people think it's the KKK, and it's like, come on, man. What?
That's not even close, is it?
I know.
Come on.
But,
and quite rightly, I wouldn't buy a figure that looked like the KKK because I'm not fucking racist.
Exactly.
But it doesn't look like it.
But no, for me, it's the mirrored one. I just wish that I've said it before. I'm not going to say it again, but just the build of the figure. I wish it was different.
Yeah.
Anyway, other ones I got. This is now our 4th version of Roadblock.
Wow.
This is Roadblock. Okay, this is our 3.5 version.
Right. Yeah.
2 of them were the same, just slightly painted different. This is Roadblock.
That is Roadblock. Look at his fucking gun. I mean his muscle.
This is
guns,
the same,
not the actual gun.
Oh right, yeah. Well, this gun is the same one that you're going to get with the Ram. It's not the gun that he actually had in the comics and that, but still, it looks good. I like it. Right, so helmet off. Right,
and it fits on really secure as well, doesn't it?
All the helmets do. The berets, everything on these fit on really secure. So this one, I'm gonna now mess it up. I have to look at him when I'm doing it. I can't do it backwards. Right, there you go. Stay on.
Yeah, that's good.
What I like that they've done here, the only thing I don't like is that they've got these shin guards.
Shin guards.
But what I like, I'll put this on my finger so you can see it better, is it's a modern
detail.
helmet.
Nice.
So this is like a modern military helmet, right?
Yeah.
So when you see the old version of him, he had the old sort of tin style helmet that they had in the 80s, but now modern soldiers wear things like this.
And it looks perfect.
But it worked. This is what I consider an update of the 80s character.
Oh god, yeah,
just
absolutely.
Give him more modern gear, but colour wise, he's got his vest that's got a camo on it. He's got his sort of tan combats. They look cool. His belt's cool. He's got his little med pack there on the back.
Nice.
He's got some nice rigging here, which is cool. The only thing that they don't do with the Joes that I wish they would do is make all their jackets and vests that have like a little clip that you could pop them off.
Right, yeah.
They are all on. So, for example, with Firefly, I had to take his legs off and slide it down.
To get it off, yeah.
I wish that they'd make them removable, because that is probably the one thing I don't like. Just have something on here you can just open up and take it off. Would make life a lot better. He's got this. He's got his pistol here, which fits nice and snugly in his leg holster.
Yeah, good. A
nice pistol there, and he moves. The only thing with Roadblock, right? And this, I really like this face sculpt. By the way, this is the best face they've done for him. I think
that is awesome, isn't it? That's
I don't know the name of the actor, but on the first head, it looks like this actor. And if I could find, I'll try and find out what his name is for next time. I was like, I don't like that so much. They've used the same boots on every version of Roadblock. And,
a bit lazy.
His feet are really small. He has really small feet.
They're like school shoes.
Yeah, and Flint has proper army boots, and I just wish they'd have done that.
Which he should. Yeah.
And actually, what I wish they'd do is do away with these shin guards they've been putting on
all
of
them.
I don't want long boots.
No.
I want the ankle boots with the flared combats. Is how I'd like to see it. However, this is an awesome figure. I love it. He poses really well. He looks cool with this big gun. And, you know, this is, to me, this is Roadblock. We don't need another Roadblock now. This is the one.
You're happy?
This is the one we've been waiting for. The version they did, the Cobra Island one, I quite like. It's the one that's got the beard and the do-rag on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That can just be heavy duty. So, you know,
fair.
You can have him as Roadblock, have him as heavy duty. They look completely
good shout. Yeah.
And this is great though. It's got butterfly joints, so you know he's got a nice posable arm.
That's good.
Back.
Yeah.
Everything about him poses well.
That's what you
He's
want.
Big
That's
figure.
brilliant.
Looks cool.
Love it.
Cool. Super
Love
cool,
it.
that one. Love that. And then finally, and we have been going for a long time. Cobra Viper. Cobra Viper.
There you go. I love that figure.
There he is. Now,
such a good colour scheme.
This is what I was talking about with the vests. Let me take his gun out of his hand and repose him afterwards. So firstly, his rifle is there. See it? And
nice. Yeah.
He also has a, I believe it is a.
Has a magazine come out of that? Yeah.
Let's remove the magazine.
Nice.
They do that on quite a few of them.
Great detail. Great detail. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
those are the little
touches
touches that really chef's kiss these figures are.
Oh yeah. So yeah, this is where I was saying about the jackets. Like this come off, right? But underneath he's got a full ab crunch and everything, you know, but obviously this stops him doing it. He's got this big jacket on. So you kind of lose a bit of posability with these. But you know, it's not the end of the world.
But they look so cool, the Vipers.
Trooper, yeah. You know, this obviously you can see by the design of it. This is the armor he's got on here. So I guess the body armor's rigid and stops the movement. You got this NECA chief here that can come off, right? So you can have it with or without. He's got goggles that come off. I'm not going to take them off. What I did was when you first get it, they're separate in the pack. Right. They don't quite go on so well. So I heated them up, made it soft, got them on. I had no.
You can leave it on. Yeah, no, definitely.
Everyone always says, "Oh, why has the Viper got goggles on there?" And I'm like, "Did you never see the original version of the Viper? He had goggles on."
Goggles.
He has them because Cobra Commander saw him without them and went, "It's not quite right."
Yeah, in his
goggles, that's right, I want goggles.
Snivelly little weasel voice.
And he was like, "Put them on." So. Yeah, there's that. The difference on the modern Viper compared to the original one is your old original figure had rolled up sleeves, but
that's right, yeah.
These come off, and underneath this he has rolled up sleeves. So if you wanted to, you can have him with his rolled up sleeves.
Oh, it's a winner.
Yep. And then of course he's got a pistol here in a holster, which does come out as well. And there's his pistol there.
Brilliant. That is a top figure.
The holsters are generally designed to sit there to cover the split in the leg, so they always look good.
Brilliant.
And yeah, he is a nice figure. I think that the Cobra Trooper is probably a nicer Trooper figure. I think just in that it poses better, but I like how they both look. So you know they look cool. What I'm going to do until I get other ones, I'm going to have a couple of Vipers with my Cobra Troopers.
Yeah.
When they're all walking around together.
Yeah, I love that Viper.
I
love the
Vipers.
Anyway.
I don't have Crimson Guard yet, so maybe I'll have Vipers guarding Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
So I could do that for them. Really nice. I was so happy to get this. Big Bang Toys in Ireland had these, so
well worth it. It's brilliant.
So happy to get that. Yeah, there he is. So Cobra Viper.
Awesome.
I was well excited when I opened it. And you know what? I was sitting here and I was at work, and then the doorbell went and I knew what it was. So I ran out and got it. And then I sat down and I said to myself, I bet you somebody calls just as I open it. And it did as well. Just one last thing as well, and there's his backpack. His backpack is nice.
Look at the detail.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Got a rope on there, all this stuff.
That is a top figure.
Nicely painted one.
Top figure.
Back. The only thing you got to do is you got to make sure that the hole on the back of the jacket and back of his body
It lines up together. Yeah. Brilliant. Love it.
Yeah.
That's a top figure.
It is, and I'm glad they're going to do a 2-pack, and I hope that they do get more of these out. This is the thing, as you're progressing your line, I'd like it to get to the point where it's like, I want a Viper. Cool, I'll go and buy a Viper. I want them to be available.
Absolutely.
I always want everyone to have their toys.
Yes.
I don't get people that are like, I've got it and I don't want anyone else to have it. I'm like, no, I want everyone to have their toys. I want everyone to have the toys they want. Let's all play together.
That's the whole reason we're doing this, isn't it?
Yeah.
To share the joy of those toys. Not to say I've got this one and you haven't got this one.
No. I want people to be able to go out, get whatever they want, put it on their shelf, make their little whatever look awesome.
Absolutely.
And
I've only been slightly irritated by putting the Tony Stark head on. But other than that, I want everyone to have the same toys.
I can get that. I can still get that. I just have to haven't. But
absolutely.
But I probably will go and get it just because I want to do that. You know what it is with me at the moment? I'm just kind of trying to weigh up, what have I got coming? Because I don't actually, I'm kind of like, what's coming when? I'm in that stage at the moment. And
it's really tough at the moment because I've had so many put back, which, I understand the world's, still gone to shit, and I understand that, and it's a first world problem, and I'm lucky to be able to afford all these things in the first place, but everything is going back because in the week after next, by the time we record next, I should have, if the schedule stays, 13-inch Serta.
Oh, yes.
So it should be here for the next record, but and every day I'm like, nervously, every time I get a ping of an email coming in, I'm like, don't be Hasbro, don't be Hasbro, don't be Hasbro, don't be Hasbro, because I don't want to know any different. I only want to know when it's shipping. I don't want to be told. I think you get that because I think
some people have got it in the US already.
I would have thought, it's out in most countries, and a lot of South America is out as well. But I would have thought by now, because they put back all the other ways, again, I don't want to tempt fate here, but I thought by now I would have had a notification that's been delayed. But touch wood and whatever else, we'll see.
So by our next recording, we should have a gigantic Serta.
To talk about, fingers crossed.
And that's, in 2 weeks, so it's going to be. So it depends. I might have Snake Eyes and Timber by then.
Oh, maybe, cool! Excellent.
I think. Yeah, I think it's.
Oh, that'd be wicked.
We'll see.
Really look forward to seeing that.
So lots coming. I think for me, I've got a lot of Joes coming at the moment, and
nice.
I think that the ones like Ultron and stuff like that, are they due?
They've been put back to November. That was due next week. Been put back to November.
Yeah. Man, I missed out on that.
Yeah.
I nearly had it.
Yes, true. You did it. Yeah.
I did. I nearly had it. But yeah, so I don't know what I'm getting in the way of Marvel Legends, but I'm pretty sure I've got a load of Joes coming in the next couple of weeks.
Sweet.
Oh, well,
Yo Joe.
Next couple of months. Yo Joe for sure. And with that said, I think that we should probably wrap up now.
Absolutely. Absolutely Duke. Absolutely Duke.
You know what? I can't wait to get a General Hawk. And that hasn't been announced, but I really want General Hawk. I think that'd be a good figure.
Yeah, I like Hawk.
I want him
with the old jacket.
Yeah, definitely.
We want the fur collar on the jacket then, yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Big time.
And they'll have one of these. They could
and
the same one.
Just the same one, the idea.
Yeah. All right, cool. So that'll have to do it then for this instalment of Action Figure Pow Wow. You can go and like this. I'm sitting here like trying to get in post. You go like the video, subscribe, hit the notification button,
stick it on your own pages.
Do all that stuff. And if you've managed to watch it this long, I did mention it at the beginning just in case, but if you have watched it this long, please just leave comments, say hi, just say hi in the comments.
Tell us about your figures.
That's it. And so where can people find you and your adventures online?
Mighty Marvel Show on YouTube, Mighty Marvel Mix for the main podcast, or that's our Instagram feed. You can pick us up there as well. Or I am Cosplay Podcast Geek on Instagram, but don't worry about that. That's the bottom of the chain. Do the Marvel show, do this one, just like, share, subscribe this one. Tell us about your figure, tell us what you got, tell us what you've got coming on pre-orders. Give us your Joe rundown, maybe your wish list as well. Stick that on there, tell us what your wish list is, because mine includes Serpenter and Dr. Mindbender.
Oh, yes. I like, see, now that's one that will come with the vehicle. Serpenter will come with the chariot.
Definitely, with the chariot. Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, so do that. That's where you can find me.
Awesome. And you can find me on Instagram at SpartanX1. That's Spartan _X _ the word 1. And I'm on Twitter at 1933 Eagles, and you can find us on Old Chums Geek Chat on Facebook as well.
Yeah. Right.
So that'll do it for us. And until next time, Yo Joe!
Yo Joe!